If you're a business owner trying to make your own content or thinking about it, this video is for you. Here are 7 important tips to help you get started. What's up guys, Liam Chesser here with Chesser Media. If you're a business owner dipping your toes into the content creation pool, first of all, props to you. It takes a lot to run a business and even more to manage your own media. We live in an age where content creation has become synonymous with marketing, and so it's vital for businesses to utilize video to help tell their story. But let's be real. Anyone who's attempted content creation knows it takes more than just grabbing your iPhone and pressing record, right? At Chesser Media, we study that cinematic language and how it can be applied to tell businesses' stories. It sounds fancy, but really what it boils down to is we went the extra mile so you don't have to. This video contains the boiled down top 7 tips I would give to any business owner to instantly up your content creation game. So let's dive right into tip number 1, know your why. Don't create content just to fill space. Define your goal first. Let me back up for a second. Too many businesses create and utilize social media accounts without asking themselves, what role does this play in my marketing funnel? Before you shoot anything, before you even create your social media channels, ask yourself, why am I even making this? Well, obviously, to make more sales. To which I say, well, of course you are, but how? Are you trying to educate? Are you trying to build trust? Direct traffic to your website? Where does your media fit into the larger sales funnel of your company? We all know consistency is important in the social media game, but creating content for the sake of marketing usually ends up in that content being empty and wandering. Too many companies are so worried about hitting the magic 3 posts a week that they drive away followers with low quality or meaningless content. Your why is your North Star. It affects your tone, style, structure, all of it. No why equals empty and wandering content. And that kind of content doesn't benefit anyone. Tip number 2, know your audience. Just as important as your why is your audience. Who are you actually talking to? And more importantly, what do they care about? If the goal of marketing is to convert sales, it stands to reason that the most important thing you could understand is your client, customer, audience, and cater your content to them. Look at Progressive Insurance. The Don't Become Your Parents ads, that's not about policies or rates, it's about people. They know insurance is boring and they know that insurance companies have a bad rap. So what do? They got to know their clients. They started catering their advertising to them. The product stays in the background, the connection stays up front. It should be the same with your company. The content that you put out to reel people in shouldn't contain the nitty-gritty of what's important to you as the company. It should be something that caters to their needs and interests. If you take the time to do that, you're not only going to gain viewers, but you're going to gain trust and legitimacy in their eyes. And all of those things lead to client conversions. Tip number 3, know your role. This is going to sound counterintuitive, but you, the business, should not be the hero of your story. If the story you tell looks something like this: a character, your customer, has a problem they need to solve, meets a hero, that's you, the business, who helps them and ends a success, you're missing out on a tool being implemented by some of the biggest and most successful brands. Brands like Nike, Apple, Tesla, Amazon, they all implement this narrative tool to maximize their ad conversions. I'll let you in on a little secret. Your customer doesn't need another hero. They need a guide. Let them be the hero of their story. And you might say, but the customer won't buy unless they know how great we are. No. The customer won't buy until they know how great they will be with your product or service. The better story looks like this. A character, your customer, the hero, has a problem they need to solve. They meet a guide, that's you, the business, who gives them a plan and calls them to action. That helps them avoid failure and ends in success. Companies all over the world are reframing their narrative to be more customer-centric. And what's fascinating, when you put the clients first, the numbers typically follow. Tip number 4, lighting and sound matter. No matter how good your message is, bad lighting, bad audio equals scrolling. One of the biggest misconceptions about video is that if you invest in a nice camera, you're gonna get nice images. But anyone who's been around knows what happens if your audio's bad or you look like you're locked in your neighbor's basement. Scroll, gone, next. Audio and lighting matter so much. The difference between this and this is what you don't see. The lighting and audio equipment working behind the scenes to create a video your clients actually want to live in. There are tons of lights and mics for every purpose and use, and YouTube is full of tutorials for every budget. But what I'm focusing on here is simple. Invest time and resources into understanding lighting and sound. A great place to start with lighting in particular is to watch a video or two on 3-point lighting. And please avoid using those awful overhead fluorescents. And the last tip, use a mic, even a basic one. You don't need a full professional setup to start. Just be intentional. Tip number 5, use composition in the rule of thirds. Composition is so important to video, like so important. Most people think that it's just about making things look nice, but it's way deeper than that. Composition guides attention. You're telling your viewer without words where to look and what matters. The most basic way to start, the rule of thirds. Imagine your scene is divided into 9 equal parts, 2 vertical and 2 horizontal lines, like a tic-tac-toe board. Instead of putting your subject directly in the center every time, place them along one of those lines, or better yet, where 2 of the lines intersect. The human brain likes looking there. Another thing to consider is look room. For example, if your subject is looking off to the left, you'd want to put them on the right third of the frame. That space in front of them makes it feel like there's a conversation happening and just overall feels better. Versus turning them into the short side of the frame, it feels creepy, like it's an interrogation or someone's about to creep up behind them. Center framing works too, especially if you're looking into the lens like I am right now. Even then, you need to watch your headroom and the background distractions. Composition isn't as much about rigid rules as it is about making intentional choices. Intentional framing equals real brand presence. Tip number 6, editing is where the magic happens. I'm a firm believer that shooting is where you gather the ingredients, but editing is where you make the meal. Pacing, energy, mood, clarity, it all lives in the edit. A well-edited video can make average footage shine, and a poorly edited one, it can make even great footage feel boring, messy, or chaotic. You don't need flashy effects or transitions. In fact, please don't. Don't do that. But you do need rhythm and direction. 3 tips I'll give you right off the bat. Trim the fat, learn to cut, and use simple motion graphics and captions to engage your audience. Every second of your video should serve the story. Tip number 7, respect the process. Hear me out. You're a business owner. You solve problems, you move fast, you get results. But content creation, it's a different kind of beast. It's part strategy, part art, and part logistics, and all effort. What separates good content from great content isn't always budget, it's intention, it's progress, it's reps. Writing, planning, shooting, editing, revising. If you're doing this all yourself, it's gonna take time to get good at, and that's okay. If you're short on time and you want to skip the trial and error, that's where companies like us come in. If you've made it this far into the video, then hopefully something I've said has been useful to you. One last tip that I'll give you is this. Tools matter, but people matter more. What really separates a good or a bad video? The tools or the people using the tools? The answer is obviously both. Better gear equals a better image and audio, which matters, of course, in corporate media. But if I had to choose one between experienced videographer with an iPhone or a random person with a full van full of gear, I'm taking the experienced videographer every time. So there you go. There are the top 7 tips I'd give to any business owner trying to make their own content. Like I said, hopefully this video was helpful for you. At the end of the day, it's only 7 tips. So I'm sure there are things that you might have questions about, things that I glossed over or missed entirely. So feel free to reach out into the comments. We'd love to answer those questions and support you in any way that we can. Chester Media out. Marker.